a little different because we're going to have to be comparing and contrasting shapes. It's kind of hard to do that just with pencil and paper. Like only me having pencil and paper here. So I'm going to show a ready lesson. That way we can see the shapes and still like be able to move them, and you guys can tell me where to move them. Okay. So first, let's start off with a little quick review. On Tuesday, we talked about shapes and how many sides they have. So we had shapes that had 3 sides and 3 angles, 4 sides and 4 angles, 5 sides and 5 angles, and 6 sides and 6 angles. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Who knows the shape? What's the shape called when it has 3 sides and 3 angles? Who can remember? Ooh, look at those hands. Yes, let me see those hands. What's that shape called when it has 3 sides and 3 angles?
Let me see. I'll call
Okay.
Christian.
A triangle.
A triangle, perfect. Triangle. And then there's a little boop, boop, boop. I put the little dots.
Today, Miss Miranda, I'm gonna start something new. Every time someone participates, I'm gonna put like a little extra little participation point in the chat so that we can see who's participating the most.
Ooh, yes. Okay. What are 2 shapes that we know of? Or let's see if you can remember what the word is for any shape that has 4 sides and 4 angles.
There we go. Look at that difference. Patience.
Something that has 4 sides and 4 angles is, I think, a square or a rectangle.
Squares and rectangles do have them. Good. So we have squares, rectangles. What else? I'm looking for a specific word. So you're correct. Squares and rectangles. I'm looking for a specific word that groups all of these together. Felix?
Maybe. Maybe.
Huh?
They're all parallel shapes.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Maybe they're all parallel shapes.
Some of them do have parallel sides. I do like that you use that word parallel. So squares and rectangles have parallel sides. This one I'm looking for starts with a Q. Q.
One of the muscles on our body.
Oh, there is a big old muscle.
Yes, hi Julia.
Evan?
Quadrilaterals?
Yep, a quadrilateral. Good job. Quad. So any shape that has 4 sides and 4 angles is called a quadrilateral. So that can be a square, that could be a rectangle, it can be a rhombus. Just give some. Okay. All right. 5 sides, 5 angles.
800-323.
Someone needs to move.
Okay. All right.
Okay. 5 sides, 5 angles. What's that one called? Demaya. Oh no, you're okay.
I think that have 5 sides is a pentagon.
You got it.
Oh my gosh, +2 for Demaya. This shows that we're looking back at notes and we're actively participating. Good job, Demaya, and good job, Evan.
Pentagon kind of looks like a house without the line in the middle. All right, and then 6 sides and 6 angles. What's that one called?
Let's see. 6 sides, 6 angles. Let me put it on gallery view. I see Logan with a hand up. Remember, if you missed this, you should be taking notes right now. Yes, Logan.
A hexagon.
You got it.
Good job, Logan. I forgot that.
Oh, that was bad hexagon. It's fine. It's okay. All right, there we go. It still has 6 sides and 6 angles. All right, so there are the basic shapes. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to go more into angles and the sizes of the sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this lesson. If you can't hear it, it's okay because I'm gonna read it anyway. And then just so you know, this lesson is assigned to you on Ready. We're only going to do the instruction part together, and then I'm going to ask if you have access to iReady to do the quiz part. So you're going to have to go through the instruction part on your own, but that should be easy because we did it together. Let me take this out and let me share my screen here. All right, can everyone see that?
Thumbs up if you can see it. Silent thumb. Thank you. Jayana, can you see it? Danae? Thumb. Okay, thumb up, honey. You on mute. Okay, good. I think we're ready to go.
All right, so we're trying to figure out how are these. Woo!
Oh, Mom, can you wet this a little bit? It's sticky under my. Is it water in there?
Okay, so we're moving this side of this rectangle so I can go this way or this way. I'm moving it so that all sides are the same length. They have units for us to figure it out. So we want to make it the same as this side. So that means all sides need to be how many units long? We need to count here. Who can raise their hand and tell me? How many units does every side need to be if they are going to be the same size?
Uh-oh, participation.
Has Jayana gone yet?
Jayana hasn't. How many units? What was your question? How many units should every side be?
There should be 2 units.
All right, so go ahead and Jayana, tell me when should I move it this way or should I move it in like this?
You move it in.
All right, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Right here? All right, thumbs up. Oh, okay, well.
Yes, we can just check to see if it's correct. Why do you keep opening the door and locking?
All right, so what is true about the side lengths of this shape? So we're thinking, is every side the same? Is every side different? Or are some of them the same and some of them different? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you guys to give me a number 1, a number 2, or a number 3 on camera so I can see what you think it is. Do you think they're all the same? Do you think they're all different? Or do you only think some of the sides are the same length? Give me 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, give me that. Give me it.
1, 2, or 3. Let's see.
JV, you just got a hand up or? Okay.
I see a lot of 3s. I see a 1. I see. Okay. So if I said they were all the same, well, do you kind of notice how right here, this line is a little shorter than this line down here? So they're not all the same. However, these 2 right here are the same size. So it was 3. Some are the same size. Let's check. All right. All right. Same thing, 1, 2, or 3. Are some the same size? Are they all the same size, or are they all different? 1, 2, or 3. Show me with those fingers, 1, 2, or 3. So I see a 1. I see a 2. Remember, 1 says some are the same, some says they're all the same, and some says they're all different. So I see a 1, I see a 2, I see some 1s and 2s. Okay, let's pick someone who said 2 and tell me why do you think it's 2? Who said 2?
I
The
think
reason why
I
the
think it's
reason why I picked number 2 is because all of them have the same size.
What shape would that?
It's a square.
So you said it's a square and then they're all the same size. How about someone that picked 1? Can you tell me why you picked 1? I like how you guys just like jumped in real quick. Or did people that chose 1 change their mind? JV, why did you pick 1?
JV, can you tell us why you chose 1?
They got the same size and they got the same corners.
So you said that one says that some of them are the same. So was that the one that you meant to choose, or?
I meant to choose 2.
Okay. Make sure you read the whole thing because it says same in both. We don't want to just look for the word same. We want to read the whole thing. So let's check 2. And 2 was it.
Ms. Miranda, can you tell me who gave the explanation about it being a square?
That was Demaya.
Maya. So yeah.
All right, what is true about the side lengths of this shape? Same thing here. Same thing here. And I'm just gonna, for this one, for the sake of time, I'm gonna go with what the majority says.
opposite or the same.
Let's see.
The
I
same.
see 1, 2, or 3.
Of this shape.
I'm still waiting on some, show me with your fingers, because I'm just gonna choose the one that everyone said. I'm still waiting on some answers. 1, 2, or 3.
Lengths of the shape.
Ooh, it's kind of mixed.
Let's see. Let me try to see if I can do so wait, let's put all our hands down. Let's do it. Put your 1 up if you think the answer is 1. See if we can do it. I think the answer is 1. I see Demaya, Emmanuel, Christian,
I see Felix and Esteban and Logan.
Esteban, Logan, okay. Evan. I think that's it. Is that?
And I see JV.
JV, that's 9.
Okay.
Okay, so we got 9 people thinking it's 1. Who think it's 2? 2.
2, 2, 2. They're all different. Do I see any 2s?
Nyla.
Denila. Esteban, do you think it's 2?
Esteban voted for number 1.
Oh, okay. That's my bad.
Is that okay? So we only got 1 person for number 2. That's Denila. Okay, now who thinks they're all the same? All the side lengths. Put up 3 if you think they're all the same.
They're all the same size. All the same length. Looks like we only have 1 for that one.
Okay, well, we missing 4 people didn't vote. Jayana, Krishan, Patient.
Oh, I saw Krishan put a 2 up earlier.
Okay, they're all different. Patient, Benet, Jayana, what did you vote for? 1, 2, or 3?
I voted for 1.
Okay. Oh, Rondre joined us. Rondre. What's your 1, 2, or 3?
Can everyone see this line I drew?
I can.
So I put it here. I'm gonna try the opposite side. Oh, that one's the same. They're both the same length. Okay, can I turn this?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Is that the same? Is that the same? Doesn't look the same to me. But what if I did this? What if I did bam, bam? Oh, snap. Those are the same. So this opposite sides are the same and these opposite sides are the same. So if you said 1, you got it.
I see some people doing the fingers or doing yes. Good.
All right, look at this rhombus. 1, 2, 3. Let's do a quick little. I see a 2.
Different.
I see. Ms. Williams, how about you pick someone to answer this one and we'll go with what they say. Someone
I pick 3.
Rondre, what do you think?
The number I pick is 3, all the same size. I mean,
Think some are the same size?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Uh-oh. Mistake, Rondre. Right. Let's see. Danae, what do you think it is?
Well, I think it is 3.
Danae, make sure you're paying attention, honey. We just chose 3, and we Miss Miranda tried to click it, and it said the answer wasn't correct.
Yeah.
Make sure we paying attention. So not quite.
The first one,
All different.
they are all different.
Okay. Not quite. Yep, so all 4 sides of a rhombus. All right, so now we're choosing a rectangle that has all sides that are the same length. So we have rectangle number 1, or not rectangle. We have triangle number 1. We have triangle number 2. We have triangle number 3. We have triangle number 4. Which one has a triangle that has the same length on all 3 sides? 1, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's see.
Choose a triangle.
All the sides have to be the same. Now, usually in person, this will be a little easier because you could use a ruler to measure all the sides, but also we want to use our eyeballs and practice using our eyes to see how long things are. I see about half of you giving me a number, and I see the other half of you just kind of weighing. I need to see a 1, 2, 3, or 4. I see a lot of 2s.
We might need to have them drop it in the chat because it looks like some people are opting out.
Okay.
17, 11. So everybody drop what you think in the chat, please.
Thank you, Ms. Williams.
You're welcome.
So, Nikayla, make sure you're picking 1 because, like 1 answer, because only one of them is correct.
It's gonna mess up. It'll be cutting.
All right, I see a lot of 2, so let's go ahead and go with number 2, triangle number 2. All right, it was number 2. That's called an equilateral triangle. They're all the same. These are all pentagons. They have 5 sides, 5 angles. Which one has all sides the same length? Drop it in the chat.
Okay, let's see. Choose the pentagon that has all sides the same length.
Okay. Deniala, did you figure it out? You got to make sure you select everybody. And when it says 2, you want to choose everyone. All right. I see lots of 3s.
Krishan, did you vote? Krishan, make sure you type something in the chat, buddy.
Okay.
Answer
We're
the
gonna have like a million of these, so I'm gonna not a million, but okay. So for this is number 1, 2. I mean 3. So square is square. Are all sides the same length? Are only some sides the same length? Or are no sides the same length? We need to stop drawing on the screen. So please stop drawing on the screen. Thank you.
Yeah, let's stop drawing on the screen, friend.
I'm gonna have to disable that.
Yeah, I know some stuff, some setting stuff. And also, we gotta make, if you could make me like a co-host.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
That'll make me like have more settings.
Okay. Who hasn't gone yet?
Let me see. Let's go back. A lot of people haven't. Let's go with Krishan. I think he went today. Krishan, can you tell us what to choose for this one?
Where's the square gonna go?
All sides have the same length, only some, or no sides have the same. Which one you think we should put it in, Krishan?
I picked 2.
So you think only some sides on the square has the same length?
Not quite. Remember, what have we always said about squares? What have we always said about squares? Krishan, do you wanna? Are they all the same length or none of them are the same length? Look at the square. Yeah.
Choose. I choose number 1.
All sides are the same length. All right, that's correct. Good job. All right, this weird check looking quadrilateral, where does this go? Are all the sides the same length, or only some sides the same length, or are no sides the same length? Nikayla?
No sides the same length.
Okay. You got it. Good job. Okay, this rectangle. Where does this rectangle go? Where's this rectangle go? Patience?
Oh, okay, patient.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The rectangle goes in, I think some are only the same length.
Some sides are the same length. Why do you think it's only some? Because you said I think, so why did you think that?
Because it's like, it's like turning a different way, like shaped a different way.
Okay, so it's turned a different way than we're used to seeing it. Okay. Well, you were right. Only some sides are the same length. All right, what about this quadrilateral? There's a parallelogram, as they call it. What about that one? Esteban.
Number 2.
Only some sides of the same length? All right. Let's check it out. Good job. What about this trapezoid?
We haven't heard from, let's see. Is Elena on here? I think she joined later.
Yep, she is.
Okay, we have not heard from her today. Elena, where does this one go, honey?
I think that goes in box number 3. No sides the same length.
All right,
What
let's
are
check
you doing?
All right, perfect. All right, what about this triangle? Where does this triangle go? I think this is the last one. Where does the triangle go? Triangle. Have we heard from Evan yet? I don't think. Evan, go ahead and tell us.
One.
1, all sides are the same length. Let's check it. Well, bam, good job. Oh, I was a liar. There's this one. Okay, now where does this triangle go? So this is a triangle and this is a triangle, but where does this one go? A different triangle. Where does this one go? Dalton, where do you think this one goes?
I think it goes in number 2.
Only some sides are the same length. All right, let's check it. All right, nice job. Good. Okay, so right angles are also known as square angles. So I'm gonna give you guys about 30 seconds to tell me how many right angles are in this triangle. Sorry, I was laughing at my sister. She stole my cat slippers. Okay.
I have heard from Felix. I don't have JV on my list from today. I don't have Denilah on the list, I don't think either.
Oh, and then I just remembered the trick I was gonna have you guys do before we pick someone. If you have a piece of paper, well, papers have square angles. So what you can do is you can take your piece of paper and put it like on the screen and put it up to any of these corners and see if it lines up perfectly, then it would be a square angle. So like, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but like, I'm putting it on the triangle and I'm putting it up against it. So JV, how many does this one have? Three right angles. So that means I could take a square. Let me show you here. I mean, I can take
right
this.
angles.
How many?
3.
Oh. So there's one. JV, does that line up perfectly?
No,
Okay, does this one line up perfectly?
no,
No, so then how many right angles is it then?
1.
1. So we want to try and picture squares. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of just drag this here. I'm gonna let you decide how many right angles are in this rectangle.
I have haven't been called on.
Demaya?
Denilah hasn't either.
Denilah?
Let's go with Denilah.
4.
4, let's see. Bam.
I said I haven't been called on.
So I'm gonna do the same thing here. Anyone have an answer? Who needs to get called on?
We can start back this caller. I think everybody.
So, Demaya, how much does this one have?
2.
2, okay. You got it. Oh, stop, no. There we go. What about this one? So I'm kind of showing you, this is what should be going on in your brain with an imaginary square. So how many are in this one?
Okay.
There are 0 triangles.
Let's try. You got it. So now we need to say, does this shape have no right angles? Does it only have some right angles, or does it have all right angles? Okay, so if I were to take this and kind of put it here, yeah, none of these look like right angles. So this is gonna go over here into no right angles. Okay. Let's see. Emmanuel, where does this one go? This pentagon. Where's this pentagon gonna go?
The pentagon goes in only some right angles.
All right. You got it. Okay, what about this hexagon? What about this hexagon? I want you guys to try and visualize a square in your head. So I'm gonna leave the square right there next to it. What about this hexagon, Christian?
It goes in no right angles.
All right, let's check it out. Good job. All right, what about Nikayla? Where's this gonna go? This square.
Miss Miranda, can you tell us the shape of the one that looks like a stop sign?
That one is going to go to all right angles.
Ms. Williams, this one was a hexagon.
Hexagon, okay. And who answered? So it was Nikayla, and who went before Nikayla?
Nikayla, Kristen, and Emmanuel. Sorry, I'm going fast. All right, Nikayla, so you said all right angles? You got it. That tilted square didn't trick you. All right, what about this quadrilateral, this parallelogram? What's this one? Esteban.
These are some right angles.
Some right angles? Not quite. Here, now since, let's go ahead, let's drag this here. There goes there, there's that, there's that, there's that. So Esteban, which one do you think it is now?
No right angles.
No right angles? Oh, bam. Okay, is Rondre there?
Rondre, here, I think.
Yeah.
Can you,
Yeah.
where does this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where does this hexagon go?
In box number 1.
No right angles? So you don't think the square goes anywhere at all?
No.
All right. Not that one. So how many of those angles would this square fit perfectly into? There's one.
Ooh,
There's
three,
two.
three.
Okay,
Only some right angles.
there you go. Only some right angles. All right, what about this triangle? It is called a right triangle. Feeling.
Maybe in box number 2, only some right angles.
All right, you got it. Good job. What about this rectangle? Rectangle. Delilah?
I was gonna say Krishan, but it's
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry. Krishan, yeah.
Where does that one go? No right angles, only some, or all right angles? Go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us, Krishan. Can you hear us, Krishan?
I pick number 2.
Only some right angles? Did you
Yeah.
check it over here?
Are you looking at the example?
Right here?
Where?
So do you see this red square, how I'm lining it up with the red square?
Mhm.
So do you still think it's some?
No, I don't. Never mind.
So which one do you think
I
it is?
choose only rectangles. All.
All right angles?
Yeah.
You got it. All right, I think that was it. All right. Let's see. I think so we're only gonna do a few of these and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because then you guys are gonna get on and do it on your own. And so we're just kind of looking at the shapes and we're seeing what's the same and what's different. So look at both of these shapes. We have this triangle and we have this pentagon. What do they both have in common? What's the same? So again, I'm gonna put our little right angle checker here. So do they both have 5 sides? Do they both have 3 sides? Do they both have no right angles? Or do they both have 1 right angle? So who can this cooperate? There it goes. Who can tell me what they think this one is? This one's gonna kind of take everything all together. Delilah.
Make sure you unmute yourself.
1 right angle.
1 right angle. Let's check it out. Okay, and this is the last one we'll do. So now what do all of these have in common? What do all of these have in common? Let's go ahead, let's do,
You could give them a second to think, Ms. Ron.
yeah, I was gonna do
Great.
1, 2, 3,
Patience, make
4.
sure you pay.
Gotta look at the sign. I know when I did this the first time I did it too quick and I got it wrong. So don't think too quick. Yeah, I see a couple hands.
This one a little challenging.
It is. Ms. Williams, did you also think one of them and then you looked at it again and then you're like, oh, because that's not it.
Two of them.
Are you going to count the points when we get done with this?
We'll
Miss
see.
And maybe if we have enough time.
Okay. I just want to see where everyone is, actually. I want to use this to check to see where everyone is. Go ahead and put up what you think it is, or type it in the chat. Do you think it's 1, 2, 3, or 4? I just want to see where everyone thinks, because this one is a little challenging. Okay. Went on a couple more. Miss Williams, I think they're smarter than me.
Are you smarter than a third grader? My answer, I think it's this. No, I keep sending them to Rondre on accident. I'm sorry, Rondre. I don't know why my computer keep doing that. Rondre, I'm not texting you privately. No, I'm just kidding. You wish I was, Rondre.
All right, you guys were right. It was some sides of the same length.
Yeah.
I thought it was number 4, no side, until I looked
So I'm going to get out of this. This is on ready. So after this, I would like you guys to get on here, finish this, and then do the quiz, and I'm going to be checking. Here's our exit ticket. So you guys are going to have to do this on paper. And this is it right here. Let me move you guys. Oh, someone's been going a little crazy over here. Okay. No, no. I wish it really told us who did that.
Yeah, I do. We're going to take the setting off because that's, friends, let's please have like a level of integrity.
Yeah.
That's appropriate. It's kind of like drawing on a desk in school. Please stop playing. It's a time and place. Okay.
So we have this Venn diagram. Venn diagrams aren't only for reading. They are also for math. And we have 3 categories. We have 3 sides, but no square corners. 3 sides and some square corners. And then we have some square corners, but not 3 sides. And we're going to use these 4 shapes right here. Okay, so draw a little Venn diagram. And then I want you to redraw these shapes and here to see where we are. So I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to put 4 minutes on my timer here. I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes to work on this on your own, okay? And then I'm going to ask you guys to share what you have. All right, so go ahead and work on this. Go.
So Sean, what's your question?
I'm confused.
Okay,
So I'm trying to like draw this here so I can kind of show you. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna draw this little Venn diagram. So you're gonna draw the two circles like this on your paper. And then you just have to redraw these shapes into the category that they belong in. So like this triangle, would this go here with 3 sides but no square corners? Would it go in 3 sides and some square corners? Or would it go in some square corners, but it doesn't have 3 sides? And then you just gotta draw it. That's all you gotta do. I'm not looking for the perfect shapes. I'm just looking to see if it looks like what it's supposed to.
Miss
So just take a,
Miranda, we are about to hold this up,
I'm sorry?
even if it's halfway done, just to make sure that we're actually doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
We just try to take a risk.
There's still 2 minutes left.
Yep. So keep working.
And if you do have a question, feel free to drop it in the chat. That would be the easiest way for us to see it. Thirty seconds. Okay, so even if you're not done, let's just go ahead, show me what you have. Okay. Evan, can you bring that up a little closer? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so Ms. Williams, could you call in some people to show so first let's start with this triangle right here.
Well, welcome to 2K TV. How are you doing?
This pink triangle, 3 sides but no square corners, 3 sides and some square corners, or some sides but no square corners. Oops. There we go. Esteban, where does this pink triangle go?
The pink triangle goes, and I think it's 3 sides, but some square corners.
Some square corners. So you were correct in the 3 sides, but it actually has no square corners, because if I tried to take a square and line it up, I couldn't do it to any of these corners. That's a good risk though. I like that you took a risk. So this one goes on 3 sides, but no square corners. All right, what about this green rectangle? Where does that green rectangle go? Dalton.
I think it goes in some square corners, but not 3 sides.
You got it. Perfect. See, I like that you focus on that not 3 sides, because that automatically tells you that anything that doesn't have 3 sides is going to go right here. Okay, what about this orange? This orange triangle. Where's that one going to go?
Felix. Felix,
Yeah.
can you tell us where the orange triangle go?
The orange triangle goes in the middle.
You got it. All right, and last but not least, this quadrilateral. Where does this quadrilateral go?
Michaela?
That one goes and that one goes that one goes where say some square corners but not 3 sides.
Awesome, good job. It has how many sides, Michaela?
4.
4, you got it. So the first one should have had 1, the middle one should have had 1, and the last one should have had the 2 quadrilaterals. And that's it for today.
She gave me 3.
So
Annyeong.
1, 2, 3.
Annyeong.
Okay, y'all.